So in this program, there's an array and two hashes. So it'll print out the hash and it'll sort the array by the amount, and then it'll sort the array by the amount of times it finds each number. So if it only found one number once, it'll be at the start. It'll be at the start of the array, and it'll go upward more. If you found the number 3 times, then it'll be higher in the array. So it'll sort it by the amount of times you find each number. So it'll go through array, and if the number I is in a hash, that means you've already seen it once. So increment the counter of how many times I've seen it. If it's not, it'll make the counter 1 to start off with, because that's the first time finding it. And then it'll go do the exact same thing again, just for a different hash for using later. And then it'll print the hash, and so that's one step of the 2 steps. Now it needs to sort the array. So then it'll have set a new variable to 0, and then it'll make array be nothing. It'll go through the duplicated hash x, and then it'll go, and then another for loop will go through the normal hash. And if it's bigger, if the amount of times you find each number in the hash is bigger than m, which it starts off at 0, which, so even if you only find it once, it will be, then it'll make m be that number. So basically, by doing this multiple times, m will be the biggest number of the amount of times you found in each hash. And then it'll make m, and then it'll do the same thing, just smaller and equal, so to make m the smallest. And then every time it finds something smaller, also memorize a number using a variable called memory. It'll memorize a number, and not just the amount of times you find that number, just a number. And then it'll add the number that's the smallest to the array, the starting off as empty array, and then it'll take away that number from hash. And so the reason why the for loops don't get all confused and weird, because it's taking away stuff from the hash, is because of x. It doesn't take away from the x hash, so that's why we have x as a for loop here. So basically, it'll do this over and over again until it sorts all the things, and then it'll print the array. So it'll find the smallest each and every time, the smallest amount of times you find a number each and every time, and so it'll gradually get bigger as you remove all the other numbers. And then so the hash has 3 1s, 2 2s, 2 5s, 1 7, and 1 9. So 9 and 7 both only have one of them each, so they're at the start. Then 5 has 2 of them, so it's there, and then 2 also has 2 of them, so it's after 5, and then 1 has 3 of them, which is the most, so it's at the end. So that's the entire program.